You didn't lose focus. Your brain ran out of fuel. Here's why. It is 2:17 p.m. Your eyes are open. Your soul is buffering. You are staring at the screen like a Victorian child who has seen an iPad for the first time. And you think, wow, I have no discipline. I am lazy. I am broken. My brain is fake. No. Your lunch just hit you with the most disrespectful plot twist of the day. This is the after-lunch focus collapse, the daytime betrayal, the productivity mugging, the brain fog speedrun. You ate lunch. Maybe it was a bagel, pasta, white rice, a sandwich the size of a tax refund. Maybe it was healthy, but secretly just beige with confidence. And then for like 20 minutes you felt amazing, alive, warm, hopeful. Then your brain got sniped from a rooftop. That crash is not random. It is very often blood sugar going up too fast, then dropping too hard, and your focus getting folded like cheap lawn furniture. Here's the cursed little sequence. You eat a super carb-heavy lunch with not enough protein, fiber, or fat. Your blood sugar rises fast. Your body drops insulin, like it's handling a 5-alarm emergency. Then blood sugar dips. And suddenly your brain, which is deeply obsessed with having a stable fuel supply, starts acting like a dramatic streamer with no Wi-Fi. Now you're sleepy, cranky, hungry again somehow. You cannot think. You read the same sentence 6 times and absorb none of it. You open a tab, then another tab, then somehow you're ranking prehistoric fish by aura. That's not a personality flaw. That's physiology with evil timing. And no, this does not only happen to people eating candy for lunch. Even a normal meal can body slam your focus if it's too heavy on fast carbs and too light on the stuff that slows digestion. Translation: if your lunch is basically soft edible confetti, your afternoon is on borrowed time. So how do you fix it before 3 p.m. turns your brain into microwave static? First, build a lunch that doesn't hate you. You want protein, you want fiber, you want some healthy fat. That trio slows down how fast glucose hits your bloodstream, which means less spike, less crash, less becoming spiritually unemployed at your desk. Examples: instead of plain cereal, do Greek yogurt with nuts and berries. Instead of just pasta, add chicken, tofu, beans, or tuna. Instead of a naked sandwich, add eggs, turkey, cheese, avocado, or a side with actual fiber. Basically, stop sending your bloodstream a glitter bomb and calling it nourishment. Second, walk for 10 minutes after lunch. Not an intense workout. You don't need to become a lunchtime athlete with a personal brand. Just walk. A short walk helps your muscles use glucose more efficiently, which can reduce that giant spike and save your focus from falling down a trapdoor. Tiny walk, huge difference. Third, if you know your lunch is chaotic, use a physical backup plan like an adult with secrets. And this is where I need to put you on to the most low-drama anti-crash sidekick. A high-protein snack that is actually portable. Because when your lunch was weak, your blood sugar is wobbling, and 3 p.m. is approaching like a medieval curse, you need something fast. The easiest Amazon solve here is a protein bar with decent fiber and lower sugar. Specifically, something like Quest protein bars. Not because protein bars are magical unicorn bricks, but because they are convenient, shelf-stable, and way better than raw dogging the afternoon with nothing but iced coffee and regret. If your focus dies after lunch, keeping a box of protein bars at your desk is such an absurdly practical move. You feel the crash coming, you eat one, you give your brain actual material to work with. You don't sprint to the vending machine and enter a situationship with cookies. That's called harm reduction. That's called strategy. That's called refusing to let a granola bar made of lies ruin your career. And yes, link in the first pinned comment, because some of you are one tragic lunch away from trying to answer emails with the cognitive power of a sleepy goldfish. Fourth, stop using caffeine like a bandage for bad blood sugar management. I know, this is offensive. I know, but if you crash hard and then hit yourself with a giant coffee at 2:30, you might just become jittery, weirdly tired, and somehow even less locked in. Caffeine works better when the food situation underneath it is not built on sand. Use it wisely. Do not make it your emotional support molecule. Fifth, pay attention to what lunches absolutely destroy you. You do not need to become a biohacker with 17 apps and a freezer full of elk organs. Just notice patterns. Does sushi and soda end your day? Does a huge bowl of white pasta erase your frontal lobe? Does takeout fried rice make you want to lie face down on the floor and communicate only through sighing? Great. Now you have data. Your body is snitching. Listen, and let me say one more thing. If your crashes are extreme, happen all the time, or come with shakiness, sweating, dizziness, or feeling genuinely awful, talk to a medical professional, because sometimes it is not just a bad lunch. Sometimes your body wants a real investigation, not motivational quotes. But for a huge number of people, the 3 p.m. brain funeral is being powered by a very fixable routine. Too many fast carbs, not enough protein, not enough fiber, no movement, no backup snack, and then absolute confusion when the mind palace turns into a haunted Chuck E. Cheese. So the fix is simple. Eat a more balanced lunch, walk a little after, keep a protein-forward emergency snack nearby. Again, the Amazon move is a box of Quest protein bars. Practical, portable, less chaos. Link in the first pinned comment. Protect your focus, respect your glucose, and stop letting lunch hit a combo move on your central nervous system every single day. Because you are not lazy, you are not bad at life, you are just getting jump scared by your own meal plan. And frankly, that ends today. This material is for educational and strategic purposes only. It does not constitute financial or medical advice. Consult qualified professionals before altering your routines.